Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. I know everybody's panicking, so I wanted to kind of put your mind at ease. Got the ski stuff on. I'm ready for snow. Snow's coming in. We take this stuff off. Yeah, I know. Everybody's wondering, where is the snow? Is it coming? Cecily Tynan's telling you that there's a low out in central Pennsylvania that's stopping the snow from happening, which she was right. That low in central Pennsylvania did dry us out. When you have two low pressure systems near each other, in between, the air is sinking because for those lows, as they're low pressure, the air is rising. So between them, the air is sinking. When you have sinking air, it dries it out. So that did take away some of the snow that we were going to get. There's no doubt about that. But there's a ton of moisture that's just off the Atlantic coast coming in, heading towards Philadelphia. It's going to make it back, I think, Delaware County, Chester County. It's going to be real close. It's going to be tight. National Weather Service has dropped their totals down to 6 to 12. That's still a big snowstorm. It's not a little tiny snowstorm. For me in Cherry Hill, I'm right on the edge between, according to National Weather Service, 6 to 12, and I believe 10 to 14 was the call just north of where I am. So Philadelphia, I think now we're going to have to be a little bit more realistic. We can't, it's going to be very difficult to get 20 inches of snow. I can see 15. I think there's a chance for it. I've lowered my totals to 10 to 15. Yeah, it's not as exciting as it would have been if it was 20 inches, but you're going to get kinks in every storm. There's always something that comes up. Sometimes, for instance, the blizzard in 1996, 8 hours before the storm, most stations were going with 6 to 12. Some were going with 12 to 24, and we got 30. So there are going to be storms where you have a prediction. Now think about that. 1 to 2 feet, that gives you a 1 foot cushion, and still that wasn't right. And that tells you how hard these storms are to predict. You don't know where the heavy bands are going to set up. I'm not jumping ship. I think it's crazy to drop totals to 1 to 4, 3 to 6. I think for Philadelphia at least, that's crazy. It's way too low. There's a lot of moisture out in the Atlantic, and the storm is pretty strong. So don't panic. Don't panic if you're a snow lover. If you hate snow, then yeah, I guess you're rooting for this storm that passes by. But don't panic. It's gonna, if you're a snow lover like me, I think you're gonna be happy tomorrow. If you could stay out tonight, you may be able to see real heavy snow with strong winds if you like that kind of thing. I think the thunder snow is probably not going to happen for us. It's probably going to be a little bit northeast of here, New York City, probably Long Island especially. But even there, I mean, the call earlier this week was for 20 to 30 inches. In fact, even today, the call by the National Weather Service for New York City was 20 to 30 inches. There's probably not any chance they're going to get 30. They could get 2 feet. So don't panic. We're still on track. It's not going to be quite as exciting as it would have been if it were 2 feet. But again, 10 to 15 inches in and around the city. You start getting into Westchester. You start getting into certainly Berks County. Those places are not going to see 10 inches. There's just no way. It's just not going to make it far enough west. Cherry Hill, especially out towards Trenton, certainly 10, closer probably to 12, some places 15. And it's not just what is in everybody's backyard. It's every place is different. You know, you could be in Moorestown, which is right near me, maybe 2-3 miles from where I am, and there could be 15 inches. And in Cherry Hill, there might be 9. So it's a general 10 to 15. The only difference between a snowstorm and a rainstorm is when it rains, you have no idea how much rain fell unless you have a rain gauge. You have no idea how much rain fell in your backyard. With snow, you can measure it. So in a rainstorm, when a meteorologist or a weather bureau calls for 2 to 3 inches of rain, when it rains, you have no idea if it rained 2 or 3 inches in your backyard. It could have been ½ an inch. The next town over might have been 3 inches. but you say, well, it rained. It rained hard at my house. It rained hard at her house, and it was the same. With snow, it's different because you can measure it. So don't just think about what's in your backyard. It's what's in the general area. Again, 10 to 15 is my call still. I think most places will probably be closer to the 10. Some places further east, 15. All right, stay the course. And we got more snow coming up later this week, probably Thursday. And then there might be an even bigger storm coming up over the weekend. So we got to track that too. You take them one at a time. Everybody, thank you so much for your support, all the posts, it's been so much fun for me. I really appreciate that very much, and I hope you'll still follow me even if you don't get quite as much as we had hoped. I will tell you that at the end of the storm, I will grade myself on the storm, and I will grade myself on the call of 15 to 20. So I'm already pretty sure I'm not going to get an A on that one, but I think it's ridiculous to say that you nailed the forecast if your original forecast was not what happened. So thanks everybody again, and I will talk to you soon.